for some more exciting first half game here. Texas Stampede, one of the tough teams, rated number 1 in this tournament, against the Hoveround Gunners from Sarasota. So a little bit of the South versus the South here. And then with me is Kevin Orr from the Lakeshore Demolition coach, and also you've been a coach of the U.S. national team.
I was a member of the 2004 Paralympic team that won the bronze medal in Athens. And that was the team that was featured in Murder Ball.
Right. So you had some fun, and I see we have the coach for the Canada team here also, of that team.
We have Benoit Lebrock from Canada. We have Joe Soares is in the audience somewhere.
He's right to our right. Joe Soares, who was the Canada team that year.
And he's currently coaching Great Britain, so he's here scouting out the competition for upcoming year. We have players and coaches from New Zealand that are here, and we have the German national team here as well.
Okay. Ooh, Mark trying to find a hole, but oh yes, Shinichi with some good hands there, grabs the ball and keeps on going. You can see the chemistry between these two players. It's just remarkable. Mark Zupan and Shinichi, they're always looking out for each other, and they make a very strong team. You know, reminds me of like a, look at that, turnover. Oh, illegal block. So against Texas.
Shin and Mark, they really want to work together to win. That's why they came together as this team, and really what they're looking at is they're looking at winning. And Gumby is very good at teaching the high-low balance, and you've got to credit Coach Gumbert for what he's done. I'll call Coach Gumbert Gumby.
Gumby is the name that everybody calls him, but
he really does a very good job putting those unbalanced lines together, and I think that's part of the magic between Shin and Mark.
11, leaving the court, 7:29.
Okay. So, Mark, of course, getting in there and getting in with the refs, trying to understand exactly what's happening. Not afraid to put his 2 cents in there.
Yeah, most players, you could probably put stripes on them.
So it's a penalty here for number 11, Pat O'Connor, and Texas for the ball with a man advantage. Chase Pearden in for Texas. Mark for an early, easy score there, and they've now got their 5-point lead. Oh, reaching in, penalty against Mark Zupan.
Mark just wanted to come over here and be closer to us over here in the penalty box.
There we go. I don't know if Mike picked up that little bit, but okay.
It's Mark Zupan at his finest.
Gunners with the ball, coming in. Looking for a easy score here, yes. Said he could do with that nice block. Mike Whitehead for the score. A lot of traffic there. Long pass down to Shinichi, and he's going to score for that one. Score is 18-13. Texas still up by 5.
This is the 3rd year that Scott Hogshead and Shinichi Shimakawa have played together, and you can see how they work well together. Just the chemistry that they have, that they bring to the Texas Stampede. This team's quite interesting because you have one of the biggest rivals in the sport between the Phoenix Heat and the Texas Stampede, and 2 of their main players transferred to play here with the Texas Stampede, and really looks to be an exciting year for these guys. They're definitely going to be in the hunt.
They're coming for it. That was Aaron Paulus who scored that goal. It was a nice pass there, and that's, I think, his first score of the game. And here comes Mark. Mark comes final. Oh, does he? Yes. And there's the score. Mark Zupan, number 3, scored. I haven't changed the score yet. Looks like it'll be 2014, but we'll. Aaron looking for a long pass. To Mike dribbles, have across the thing. Oh, that was a good pass. And there we go, Aaron coming in. Scott trying to block him. Scott closes the. Oh, that's a good court sense. Mike Whitehead came in free. Scott had blocked him, but nobody was picking out Mike.
See a lot of pressure up on the ball, but away from the ball, if people fill in lanes, they can get some wide open looks on the backside.
Yep. Nietzsche way down there, comes back over, out of block, and look at that. Chase keeps the lane clear for Mark Japan. Another score. Come on, Chase. Work, buddy. Come on, Chase. Mark outside. And we have a goal. Score 21-17. 4 points. The Gunners have scored. And we have a tough thing. We just lost audio for a minute, so if you wonder where we were just hanging out for a minute. Inbound pass to Zupan. Zupan coming down. Long pass to Sneechy, and another goal. We must have seen, what, 5 or 6 of those in just this period, right?
The spacing, again, with Zupan and Shimakawa, they do create a lot of things on their open. One of the things that I thought might help Hoveround here is that the size of Hoveround might match up better, but Texas is a little shorter, but that hasn't affected them at all here this game.
No, but they seem to be using a lot of speed.
Their speed and just the ability to work together has paid off.
Well, that's
Zoop and Shin are just, they're working some magic, and the low pointers are just making a lot of holes.
Well, when I talked to Coach Gumby, what his comments about Mark Zupan were that when he is playing with passion and confidence, he's basically unstoppable. And that I think we've seen a little bit of that. He's really off this game. He's got his always engines revving on this. Look at that. Find that hole.
He's always determined. He's a smart guy too. He's a civil engineer by trade. Graduated from Georgia Tech from their School of Mechanical Engineering. Or civil engineering, I'm sorry. And anyone that can go to Georgia Tech and get into engineering school, for one, it just has to show the brains that he has, as well as just his pure determination that he has.
Well, that was a turnover by the Gunners. Some good defense there. Texas came back strong. Score 23-17. We're watching this games on xable.com, and we welcome you to the 8th annual Knock and Roll Tournament in beautiful sunny Florida.
Got 2 new players in the game. Jesse Connell and Jace Beck are in for Texas. 2 of the younger players. Jace is a student at Texas A&M University, which is somewhat ironic because Gumby's a big Texas fan, so you know the rivalry between Texas and Texas A&M, and the fact that Jace gets to wear his lovely burnt orange instead of the crimson of Texas A&M.
Nice. Found Aaron Palace for a score there. Score 24-18. Yeah, you're right. Chase Beck goes by the nickname Aggie. And I'm sure that when he hears that, the coach probably cringes a little bit every time.
Gumby is a huge Texas Longhorn fan. Enjoyed a lot of that when we were coaching together, and really it just brings a great sense of humor into the whole thing, because Jace can't wear any of his Aggie stuff to practice or do any of that kind of stuff, and he's living in College Station, so that's got to be a little difficult for him to drive to Austin to practice.
Yes. Well, that's the dedication that this sport has.
Absolutely. We have 3 players on our team at Lakeshore that they drive 2 to 3 hours one way to come to practice twice a week, and you see that at this level. Players making a big commitment. When Aaron Powers was playing in Milwaukee, he lived in Green Bay, so he was driving 3 hours one way to practice twice a week, and in the wintertime, that's got to be up north.
By the way, what you saw was a jump ball there from heads-up play by Mark to reach in and put his hand on that ball, and oh, look at that, nice score. That was a heads-up pass by Pat O'Connor, and he found an open man there. 6-point difference here, 25-19. Shinichi's out for a few minutes, giving him a rest. We have number 17 with the ball right now.
Jesse Honnell is he's a member of the U.S. development team, and he's an up-and-coming player, and he moved down to Austin to get a little bit more coaching from Coach Gumbert, and it's interesting to see how he develops. I mean, he's a big man and just got a world of potential.
Looks like a Nebraska lineman.
You got to love when you see some of these big players that are coming into the game, as well as the small ones. I mean, I was talking earlier about Texas being a short team. I mean, Shinichi Shimakawa and Mark Zupan are 2 smaller players in the game, but they make up for their size with the speed and their pure determination, whereas you got a guy like Jesse Honnell that if he can develop any of that speed and determination like what those players have, he's just got a world wide open ahead of him.
By the way, there's another score from Zupan. Score 27-20. Now you have a 7-point lead with Texas over the Gunners. And it looks like we have a little timeout here, technical timeout, putting the goal back together. Gunners with the ball, bring it in. And look at this full court press we're seeing there. And how fast that man moves. Oh, yes.
Mike Whitehead, he's a big hitter. He was a hockey player before he got hurt, playing up in Canada, and so his sense of the game and just the love to hit is a big part of what he brings. He's a physical player, and he's a very smart player.
12 seconds left. Can they do something with it? Look at that pass. Is it going to work? Yes, it does. Nice heads-up pass. And we saw another score for Pat O'Connor.
Great block there by Rick Marshall. Rick Marshall's one of the old-school low pointers. He'll do whatever he can to pick to open up for his high pointers, and he was right in the right place at the right time to seal the hole for Pat.
He said that. There we go. Mark with the ball. Incoming. Boy, he found a hole that didn't look like it existed. Another score from Mark Zupan, and 28-21.
It somewhat looks like Hoveron sitting back on their heels. They're not initiating anything. Texas seems to be doing everything and attacking Hoveron, and Hoveron just sitting back and reacting more or less instead of creating anything.
Well, turnover for the Gunners. Mark Zupan gets the ball. Oh, what a nice pass that was. And that was a score from Jesse Honnell. No, didn't score. They held up on it. I guess they want to play out the time, huh? Looked like he was going in for the score, and I guess he just... They have 24 seconds on the clock, and might as well use it up, right?
Well, and they got the position arrow, so they're trying to get the last goal. Again, I talked about the strategy of scoring last goal. Now 50 seconds left on the game clock, and with the 40-second clock, they'll have 10 seconds left to score the last goal.
Yeah, and Mark Zupan again with the score. Point lead right now, 29-21. Heavy pressure here. Oh.
Shoot.
Mark thought he had that ball, but he didn't. And the Gunners come in for an easy score. Pat O'Connor. 29-22, 7 points. We have 34 and a half seconds left. Ball inbounds, Texas. Watching the clock. Okay. Tell you what, it's a very strenuous sport to see these guys racing up and down.
We have a few of our guys wear heart rate monitors when they're training, and they get max heart rate, and then it drops. Max heart rate, it
Does he
drops.
make it through? Yes, he does. Mark Chopin pushes his way through, scores 8 points, 30-22, and Texas goes back on defense with 10.5 seconds left. The ball is inbound. Number 13, Mike Whitehead, he's racing down there. Got 6.5 seconds left. Can he find a hole? Okay, we have the lead in the court. Okay.
That side. 2.5 seconds.
Okay. That's a penalty against Texas, number 22. Goes back. Down the ball. Oh, cannot score. Couldn't get a hold of that ball, and all he wanted to do was back in. As we end the first half, score is 30-22. We have 8-point difference, Texas over the Hoveround Gunners. And it's Rob Roan with XAble Sports. With me, Kevin Orr, the coach at Lakeshore. And we will be back in a few minutes for the second half of this exciting game. Thank you.